In the previous class, we are taking the first thermodynamic potential, that is the internal energy, and which we already know what is the internal energy, and we are calculating internal energy expression for an adiabatic process and second for an isochoric process. In the adiabatic process, the work done by the system in an adiabatic process is at the expense of its internal energy, that is in the adiabatic process dq is equals to 0, therefore du is equals to minus pdv. Okay, and for isochoric process, that is the isochoric adiabatic process, dv is also 0 and dq is also 0, therefore internal energy is the constant, that is the internal energy of the system remains constant in an isochoric adiabatic process. So in the today's class, we are taking the second thermodynamic potential, that is the Helmholtz free energy, and it is denoted by the letter. So therefore Helmholtz free energy, it is defined as, that is F is equals to U minus Ts. Okay, so here F is called the Helmholtz free energy, this is also called the Helmholtz free energy, that is the F. So this F is the state variable, U is also the state variable, T and S are also the state variable, and F has the dimension of energy. F has dimension of energy. Okay, means F is same with the energy, because this is also the energy, so that's why F has the dimension of energy. So according to first and second law of thermodynamics, we know that is dq is equals to du minus du plus pdv, and dq is equals to tds. So we write here du is equals to, here dq, then tds minus pdv, that is tds is equals to, we write here also firstly that is dw, and in the next expression we write du is equals to tds minus pdv. So this is the equation by using the first and second law of thermodynamics. So in this next, that is if the system has the constant, maintain at the constant temperature. Okay, if the system maintain at constant temperature by exchanging heat continuously with the surrounding, then what happened? So this TDS, this is the second law of thermodynamics, then TDS, this T into DS is equals to, we can write this derivative of T and DS. Okay, this TDS, this is the differential, so we can remove this differential outside the bracket, that is dTs. We can write this because system is maintained at constant temperature, so that's why temperature become constant. So we can write this d into Ts. So therefore this equation, this is the first number equation. So therefore equation first implies du is equals to, this TDS is nothing but the d of Ts minus d of W. Okay, means all sides has the derivative, that is du, dTs minus dW. So we write this du minus dTs is equals to, du minus dTs is equals to, here minus of dW. Okay, du and this term dTs taking the equation side, that is equal to side, this side left side, so that's why this is the plus, this is a minus term dTs, and this is the remaining term minus of dW. Okay, and we know that this F is equals to U minus Ts, and here's the, we take d as the common, U minus Ts is equals to minus dW. Therefore this term is nothing but the F, so we write this dF is equals to minus of dW. Okay, this dF is equals to minus of dW, where this F is equals to U minus Ts is known as the Helmholtz work function. this F is equals to U minus Ts. It is also called as the Helmholtz free energy or the Helmholtz work function. Okay. Then now we know that df is equals to d of U minus Ts. Okay. So this is nothing but the, if we solve this, we get du minus, and this is the derivative of t into s, both has the multiplied function. So we apply the product rule for Ts. So we get s into dt minus t into ds. Okay. Minus t into ds or s into dt minus t into ds. So but du is equals to tds minus pdv. We know that, but du is equals to t ds minus t dv from the equation first. Okay. So therefore du minus t ds is equals to minus p dv. Okay. We can write this minus p dv. That is du minus ts is equals to minus of p dv. So put this equation here one type, that is du minus tds minus s dt. Okay. So this is the form, du minus tds is nothing but the minus of p dv. So therefore we write here third. This is the second number equation and this is the third number equation. So equation 3 implies, that is df is equals to, so this term is nothing but the pdv minus of pdv and minus of s dt. Okay. That is this df is equals to du minus tds is equals to minus pdv. Therefore we write here minus pdv and remaining term minus s dt. Okay, minus pdv. So this equation gives the change in Helmholtz free energy during an infinitesimal reversible process. So this is nothing but the change in the Helmholtz free energy in the reversible process. Okay. So first is nothing but the, so this is the first for the reversible isothermal process. For reversible isothermal process, we know that isothermal process is nothing but the where the temperature becomes constant. So therefore dt is equals to 0, because this is the reverse isothermal term. So in the isothermal term temperature becomes constant, therefore this dt is equals to 0. Therefore this equation number 4, therefore equation 4 implies as df is equals to, this dt becomes 0, therefore df is equals to minus of pdv. Okay. Or pdv is equals to minus of df. We can write both type. So from this equation we can conclude that this pdv is nothing but the work done. So work done in the reversible isothermal process is equal to the decrease in, this is the minus sign, means the decrease in Helmholtz free energy. Okay, means the work done during an reversible isothermal process is equal to the decrease in Helmholtz free energy. Second, for isothermal isochoric process. Second, for isothermal isochoric process, we know that isochoric process is nothing but the where the volume becomes constant, and this is the isothermal, that is dt is equals to 0 and dv is also 0. So from this we can write here dv is also 0 and dt is also 0. Therefore df is equals to 0. If the derivative becomes 0, then the original function f is equals to constant. Okay, this f is called the constant. So we can say that is the Helmholtz free energy remains constant during the isothermal isochoric process. That is df is equals to 0 and f is equals to constant. So from this equation f is equals to constant. So from this equation we can say that Helmholtz free energy for isothermal isochoric process remains constant. Okay. So this is about the second thermodynamic potential, that is the Helmholtz free energy. In the next class, we will see the third thermodynamic potential, that is the enthalpy. It is denoted by the letter capital H. Thank you.